Catching flights and not feelings. Do you have your tickets? Because we're not feeling anything this summer. Cindy, take it away.
Good evening, passengers. This is your captain, Hot Girl Summer speaking. Thank you for joining us on flight TTS 9247 to the streets. As we begin to prepare for takeoff, please make sure your feelings are on airplane mode and your X is left on red. Thank you.
Imagine if I listen what I hate, I gotta say. I never give a broke bitch any time of day. You ugly when you jealous, bitch. Look at that face. I'm hot right now when you're not, okay? You big man, oh you big man. Got a big bag, popping big tags. All white Rover, yeah, with that.
What's going on, everyone? This is Star. Welcome to the channel. Happy weekend. Today we're going to have a good show. We're going to talk about marriage being a scam. And we're going to talk about women catching flights and not feelings. But first, we need to discuss Carlee Russell, the 25-year-old that went missing in Alabama. Looks like a lot of people are not believing her story. I've been to Alabama, and one thing I didn't like about it is that when nightfall hits, it gets pitch black outside. Scary pitch black. You can't even see your hand in front of your face. So I'm surprised she could see anything on the side of the road, honestly. I've heard so many wild theories about this case. Some of them made me laugh and some of them actually made me think. Roll it.
But this is right here is nothing but energy harvesting.
How do you know if you're being energy harvested off of? Okay, first and foremost, I hope you understand how powerful you are, how much of a spiritual badass you are. Because a lot of the people that have organized themselves around you for all these years of your life, they knew it. They just didn't want you to know it, okay? So now that we got that out of the way, a lot of times the folks that are energy harvesting off of you just make you feel a little lower than what you felt before you were in their presence. That's a really key sign of energy harvesting. Also, you know that narcissistic tactic where narcissists like to build you up only to like take you off of their pedestal and make you feel even worse than before they gave you the compliment? That's a really great example of energy harvesting. And excuse this analogy, but it's almost like when you take an animal to the slaughterhouse. You know how folks who do that practice, they will usually fatten the animal up first before they slaughter them. It's the same concept when it comes to energy harvesting. They want to make you feel really good about yourself so that when they do tear you down, they feed more off of your energy. I know, it's pretty sick, right? But anyway, another example of energy harvesting is these people will, on one hand, they'll act like they can't stand you, and yet on the other hand, they always want to be in your presence. It's like they're secretly hating on you, and yet at the same time, they want to be around you. So there's a disjointedness there. And a lot of that is because they're feeding off of you. And a part of them feels guilty and also feels annoyed by the fact that they feel like they have to feed off of you. The plot twist is they really don't have to feed off of you. They could just engage in their own self-development and work on their own spiritual practice and get to the point where you are. But no, they'd rather steal and harvest. So those are just some of the small signs of energy harvesting. I'll do a part 2 later.
So is energy harvesting a reach? I don't know. What do you think? It's hard to think what this is at this point. Everyone is saying that Carlee Russell did it for love. No, she did it because she's crazy. Allegedly. Let me make sure I say alleged. People keep speaking about how the family has money, how the father's a Freemason, how the daughter's an AKA. I would love to know if Carlee was raised under Jack and Jill. Just in case you didn't know, Jack and Jill of America Incorporated is a membership organization, and it is dedicated to nurturing future African American leaders by strengthening children through leadership development, volunteer service, philanthropic giving, and civic duty. I had 2 childhood friends that were part of Jack and Jill, and their parents literally sat down and mapped out their life. The parents even decided who's allowed to be a friend to their child. And of course, they're going to decide where the kid goes to school, but it has to be a certain school because they only want their kids around certain families. Some even go as far as picking out the future spouse. Yeah, it's that deep. Jack and Jill parents are often helicopter parents, and I'm wondering if that's the same for Carlee. They're saying that Carlee is flunking out of nursing school. Was that even her idea in the first place? Did Carlee's parents plan out her life for her, or is she just acting up? My 2 childhood friends that were a part of Jack and Jill, when their parents planned out their lives, guess what happened? They end up rebelling. They were tired of their parents having complete control. Is Carlee acting up because her parents have too much control of her life? Like, why is she stealing from her job? And the parents have no choice but to get their daughter some help. She's probably been needing help and they've been ignoring it. According to TikTok, a neighbor came forward and said Carlee was fighting with her mother days before the staged kidnapping. And they say that the police was called out to the scene. So what happens when the police rolls up to this so-called safe neighborhood? All the neighbors come outside, right? And they want to find out exactly what's going on. So is Carlee mentally ill? I don't know. Good luck to Carlee. I hope she get the help that she needs. And now we're going to move on to women catching flights and not feelings. And is marriage a scam? We have a lot to discuss. Roll it.
Hey y'all, it's Auntie Sheila K. So many of y'all are new here thanks to that now viral video I posted on how motherhood and marriage is a scam. So I'm glad you guys are here. I wanted to comment on one of the most highly liked comments on that particular post that struck a nerve, because there's some other stuff that wasn't talked about. Miss Lajana Topovlovic, sorry if I mispronounced that, said, now imagine all of that stay-at-home mother stuff, plus working 40 hours a week and being told that you don't want to have intimacy and you are emotionally unavailable. Y'all, let's talk about it. First of all, in case you didn't know, this is for my single nieces out there. In case you didn't know that marriage is a scam, I think that video really proved it. And so I'm imploring y'all, because you know this is what my platform is about. Remain single as long as possible. And if you choose to not remain single, be very discriminating and have very, very high standards and vet. And also, too, most importantly, remain child-free, because that means freedom. We want to maintain our freedom no matter what. But if you do decide the motherhood, mommyhood route, all that stuff, that's cool. But just know you need to be really discriminating. So let's talk about this, because these husbands are also expecting you to work 40 hours a week, because their one income can't take care of a household. So you give it 40 plus hours to a job. You're coming home doing everything in the house. You're responsible for everything with the kids, and you expected to be giving up to coochie whenever he wants it, for his little weak ass dick, his little non-knowing how to fuck self. So you got to be the sex worker, you got to be the maid, you got to be the mother, you have to be the bringer home of the bacon and frying up in the pan too. Help me understand what the benefit of that is for women. Why is that a benefit? What do women get out of that versus choosing to remain single, make your own money, keep your autonomy, travel, do what you want to, build your wealth, build your entrepreneurial things, screw all the little sexy dudes you want to, stay fine and cute, or lay around, eat potato chips, whatever, on your own terms. You gotta have anybody in your ear, you don't have any children, you're not responsible for anything. So, as with all of my videos and all my content, nieces that are child-free and single, this is all a cautionary tale. Or if you got this one little baby too, this is all a cautionary tale. Don't be bamboozled, because men understand that they are the ones that win with marriage. They get free labor, and women don't understand that. Women have been scammed for decades about, oh, you should be a bride and a wife and a mother. It's bullshit. It's free fucking labor. That is what it is if you don't vet and if you don't marry well. So do with this information what you will. And to all my new followers, hey, yo, hey, I'm glad y'all are here. Mwah. Love y'all so much. Okay, bye.
It's sad to say, but more women are talking about marriage being a scam. It's a lot of married single women out here, and they're doing it all on their own. They don't even have help in the household. Men are out here looking for sexy caregivers. Be careful. To the men, the women are on to you. They don't want to be maids. They don't want to be sex workers. They're tired of the bullshit. And these are the wives that are speaking up. It's getting crazy. When a man is happy in his life and he has many options, he has no time to scream all over the internet that he hates women, because number one, he has to get out here in the field and work. In my real life, I am not surrounded by men that are screaming and yelling. Praise the Lord for that. You want to know the truth? A lot of these men don't have options, because if they did, it would be no such thing as the manosphere. These men out here struggling. I seen a guy on TikTok earlier this week crying because he said he can't even get a fat girl to fuck him. These men out here have to literally pay women to lay down with them. These women would rather have hot girl summer than to be tied down to a sick man. And when I say sick, I mean a man that is ill. His body is failing him. And then you got men trying to shame women into marriage. But you know what's so crazy? Some of these same men got hard-working mothers that they don't even look after. Some of their mothers are catching the bus, and they don't give a damn, because their sons don't have time. Go check on your mothers, okay? Before you judge anybody, go make sure your mother is good. I've heard many men on the internet say, I don't have an obligation to help my mother. You know what? You couldn't pay me to lay down with a man that don't give a shit about his family. How the hell you dreaming of having a wife and kids and you won't even check on the elders in your family? You ever notice that men don't like nice women? And that was proven here on YouTube when everybody showed the video of the Vietnamese woman telling the black man he was fat and ugly. That man cried. He thought his skin was more valuable than a black woman. Wow. What do they say? Oh, the bad girls are winning. The hoes are winning. Yes, they are, and they will continue to win. Good girls get stepped on and trampled over every day because they don't understand their true power. But the bad girl, she stepped forward and demands what she wants. And what do the men do? They step in line and give that bad girl exactly what she wants because they don't want to lose her. The bad girls are out here catching flights while the good girl sits by the phone and prays that somebody calls, prays that somebody loves her. No one's coming to save you, good girl. You got to understand your worth. You got to understand your power. You got to understand your voice. Now, the pygmies, the men see you as the mule. They're going to use you until they can't use you anymore. And when that bad girl comes calling, they're going to toss you aside like yesterday's trash. This is how life goes. Who wins in corporate America? The people that proudly step on necks and will do anything to get to the top. People don't like nice. They don't like anything they can step on, but they sure will take advantage. Every day, young men and young women get hurt and heartbroken because they were the nice guy. They were the nice girl. And then they end up switching sides. You don't get rewards for being nice. You get rewards for being the evil villain. Now, when it comes to rejecting men because you already have someone, and I'm speaking for myself, when men approach me and I tell them I'm not interested, and I tell them that 3-4 times, what do? They come out of pocket. They showing all their credit cards, their money. They're pointing out their convertible in the parking lot, trying to prove to me that they got the money. Now, if I was the sweet, nice girl that says yes to everything and takes everybody's number and I give my number out to everybody, the man wouldn't have to prove anything, would he? It's not good to run around here desperate. And that not only goes for relationships, that goes for business as well. No one wants anything that's easy. Everybody wants a challenge. They want to fight for what they want. Men don't like it when they can call a woman all hours of the night and she can jump out of bed. Now, don't get me wrong, they'll take the vagina. But they looking for a challenge, and the bad girls know that. But the good girl, she'll jump out of bed at all hours of the night because she's scared to lose him. You shouldn't do that. The good girls are scared to assert themselves. They're scared to take a chance. But the bad girl, she loves taking chances. She's not scared to lose because she knows it's another man around the corner. And guess what? He's ready to put her on that flight. And she's not catching feelings. I'm Star. Thank you for coming to the channel. Good night.